¿Es necesario que practiques el subjuntivo? No worries, I got you. If you have been following our Subjunctive Mood series, you know that this grammar topic can be particularly challenging for students. But I've shared with you acronyms and techniques to help you master it. Today, we will use this knowledge to go through some practice exercises and examples. So, if you haven't done so already, make sure to check out the previous videos in this playlist that will also be linked in the description. ¿Listos? Hola, bienvenidos a Spanish 55. My name is Lourdes. I am a Spanish teacher from Mexico City, and I am incredibly excited that you decided to join me today. First things first, when do we use the subjunctive? Is it to express a truth in objectivity or doubt in subjectivity?
Think.
Good. Doubt in subjectivity. It is right there in the name. Subjunctive, subjective. So, take a look at the following two sentences. Which one would use a subjunctive in Spanish? I doubt that we will have a break today, or I have a break between school and work today. Good. The first one. Yo dudo que tengamos un descanso hoy. Not only does it express doubt, but it also follows the main clause subordinate clause structure that I mentioned in this video. Here, the main clause is yo dudo, followed by the subordinate clause tengamos un descanso hoy, with the verb tener conjugated in the present subjunctive. What joins our two clauses? The subordinate conjunction que. Take a look at the following unconjugated sentence. Can you identify the main clause and the subordinate clause and conjugate the verbs accordingly? Good. Our main clause here would be María espera, with the verb conjugated in the present indicative, followed by the conjunction que and the subordinate clause Raúl venga a la fiesta. The verb here is conjugated in the present subjunctive. How did he conjugate the verb? First, you placed it in the yo form of the present indicative, you dropped the O, and added the corresponding IR ending. Can you try conjugating an AR verb like hablar? You will follow the same formula but add the corresponding AR-ER endings. The conjugated verb will be yo hable, tú hables, él, ella hable, nosotros hablemos, ustedes, ellos hablen. Now, try conjugating the underlined verbs in the following sentences. It is important that athletes eat before exercising. Es importante que los atletas coman antes de hacer ejercicio. The park prohibits that dogs walk without a leash. El parque prohíbe que los perros caminen sin correa. It is necessary that you take out the trash every Wednesday. Es necesario que tú saques la basura cada miércoles. Sacar is an irregular verb. How did you do? Remember, verbs ending in gar, and sar will present irregularities. We covered that in this video. Now, here, the CAR can change to a QUE. The GAR can change to a GUE. And the ZAR can change to a C. Keeping this in mind, try conjugating the underlined verbs in the following sentences. It is necessary that we pay in cash. Es necesario que paguemos en efectivo. It is important that we cross the road carefully. Es importante que crucemos la calle con cuidado. There are more irregularities in the present subjunctive, and I am running out of time, so make sure to check out part 2 of this practice video. I will see you there. There are more irregularities, like stem changing verbs that we covered in this video. Here, the changes can happen in the vowels O, U, and E. Take a close look at the following sentences and try to pinpoint the possible changes. Vuelvan pronto. Está prohibido que jueguen sin el uniforme. Es importante que cierres tu mochila en el autobús. Recomiendo que pidan sus libros con tiempo. What are the changes? O can change to UE, like in volver, U to UE, like in jugar, E to IE, like in cerrar, and E to I, like in pedir. Remember, these changes do not occur in all forms. Take a close look at the following conjugation charts. Yo muestre, tú muestres, él, ella muestre, nosotros mostremos, vosotros mostréis, ustedes, ellos muestren. The changes do not occur in the nosotros and vosotros form. I added the vosotros form because we can add a visual to help us remember where the changes happen. Here we can draw a boot over the conjugation chart and see that the changes remain inside of the boot. This rule applies to AR and ER verbs. IR verbs, however, may present particular changes in the nosotros and vosotros form, or outside of the boot. Here, the O can change to a U and the E to an I. Take a look at the following conjugation chart. Yo sienta, tú sientas, él, ella sienta, nosotros sintamos, vosotros sintáis, ustedes, ellos sientan. As you can tell, the same stem changes as in AR and ER verbs happen inside of the boot, and the specific changes happen outside of the boot or in the nosotros and vosotros form. Keeping these rules in mind, try conjugating the underlined verbs in the following sentences. Nosotros caminamos mucho hoy. Espero que durmamos bien esta noche. Es importante que tú no mientas en tu aplicación. Perfecto. Now let's look at completely irregular verbs. Do you remember what acronym we can use to remember them? It's something that a lot of us don't like doing. Dishes, really good. Here, D stands for dar, I for ir, S for ser, H for haber, E for estar, and S for saber. Now, try conjugating the underlined verbs in the following sentences. Espero que el jefe dé instrucciones claras. Don't forget that accent. Es importante que vaya a la reunión. Te recomiendo que seas amable con los clientes. Espero que ustedes hayan terminado el reporte a tiempo. La gerente duda que yo esté lista para una promoción. Otro acento. Don't forget it. Es necesario que nosotros sepamos el subjuntivo para expresar opiniones. Completely irregular verbs can be particularly challenging to remember, so make sure that you keep practicing or that you practice them a little bit more. Now, knowing how to conjugate the subjunctive is only half the battle, because we need to know when to use the subjunctive. Do you remember the acronym that we can use to remember the uses of the subjunctive? Weirdo, really good. Here, the W stands for wishes, E for emotions, I for impersonal expressions, R for recommendations or requests, D for doubt, and O for ojalá. Let's look at 3 sentences. Try matching each one of them with one of the uses from weirdo. No creo que mañana llueva. Here, the no creo signifies doubt. A Ramón le molesta que lleguemos tarde. Here, the verb molesta, which is to bother in English, express an emotion. El chef sugiere que probemos la sopa del día. Here, the verb sugerir, or to suggest, tells us that this is a recommendation. Estupendo! I hope you enjoyed this practice video. If you're ready to keep practicing, make sure to check out the link in the description where you can book a free consultation with one of our coaches. Make sure to leave me any comments with any questions or suggestions for other things that you would like to see in our channel. Make sure you give it a big me gusta if you like this video and subscribe for more. Hasta la próxima!